Welcome to Lewd Mood. I'm Becky.
And I'm Kelly.
And we're your hosts, two 40-something-year-old college roommates ready to take you on a wild ride through the bizarre, scandalous, and downright lewd news of the world and our own lives.
This is going to be good, folks. We promise you'll have a blast. So, without further ado, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Lewd Mood. I am Kelly.
And I'm Becky, and we were on a short little break, weren't we, Kel?
Oh, we were. Mostly because when we tried to film, my hair looked hungover.
Your hair, or you were actually hungover?
Well, I was, but remember, you're like, you actually look terrible. And I was like, I know.
Yeah, you didn't look
feel
great.
worse.
Yeah. Neither of us were in tip-top shape. We did record a full episode and listen to it, and we were like, the world cannot hear this because we sound insane.
we sure do. There was no rhyme or reason to it. It was worse than our absolute first one, I think. It gave me some chuckles, but mostly because of embarrassment.
Yeah, we couldn't put it out there. But we did have a great time because we were reunited last weekend.
Oh, we sure were. I went to a concert. Becky came to tailgate. And it was a blast. Now,
it was so much fun.
Oh my God. Too much fun. I had too many bush lattes. And Becky was flying high on flying kites.
Climbing kites is what it's called. Yes, it's a THC CBD adult beverage with no alcohol, just straight up marijuana inside of it. And I had 3 of them, and I was high for like 10 hours. So
yeah. As I was a little bit tipsy, I looked over at Becky, and she looked at me, and she let me know that her teeth were buzzing.
My gums.
Yeah, my gums. It's my gums. And I was like,
I think
have been a while.
Yeah, it's been a day. And that was at like 4 o'clock.
I know. We've been tailgating since what, 11, 12?
I don't even know. I think it was like 1. Like, we did this in short time. Like, we did not fuck around with our time. We were there to party in a short period of time. Because you guys all left and went to the George Strait concert. And I think George Strait is the most boring person on the planet. And I got myself a ride back to Des Moines and went to my friend's house to help her set up for her child's graduation party, which was the next day. And I was absolutely worthless. Absolutely worthless. I couldn't even use my arms. So I was a mess.
Yeah. And I kept drinking, and I was just drinking and drinking and drinking. Cause you drink those bush lattes and they are like water.
They are, especially when you've had a couple. It just goes down way too easy. That was so much fun. I mean, we had the brief time we got to see each other, it was a blast.
Yes, we had such a good time. We got our come and go hats, matching come and go hats, which was fantastic. That was a great part of the day. But I think my favorite part of the night was when I got back to where I was staying, there was burritos waiting for me, and they were fantastic.
There is nothing better than a 2 a.m. burrito.
No,
there really isn't.
Yeah.
Nice. I had been dead to the world for about 4 hours by the time you got home from the concert because I was so high. There was nothing I could do. So I passed out and I slept like a baby, like the best sleep of my life, like a rock.
I love that for you.
Yeah, good times. But it was such a fun weekend. It was like great to see you. It was nice to have you back in the central Iowa, Des Moines area, your old stomping ground.
I know. I will tell you, there's something about when I go back to Iowa, it's like my whole heart becomes full.
Aww.
And I just love it. And then I get to see my, some of my besties, and it just brings me so much joy. So I'm glad I got to come out.
Me too. We got to do that again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
More trips ahead of us. But should we get into some hot topics, Beck?
Oh boy.
Now, I know we talked about a before we did our pre-meeting, we wanted to talk a little bit about fuck around and find out. Did you see that girl that started yelling at Kylie Kelsey?
No.
Whew. Okay. So
Kylie Kelsey, who is married to Jason Kelce. Okay.
Travis Kelce's brother.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's that cool wife that everyone loves.
Yes. And she is a Philly girl, and she is very much fuck around and find out. So her and Jason were on a little vacation, and they were going out on a dinner date, just the two of them.
Yeah. Nice.
So they're all dressed, they're just cute, they were ready to go. And some belligerent woman is like, I want your autograph. And Kylie politely said, not right now. Thank you. We are on a date.
Yeah.
We just want
fair.
We just want our privacy.
Boundaries.
This woman lost her fucking mind. Lost her fucking mind. She started screaming at Kylie, saying, "You're never going to be welcome in this town again." And Kylie did not back fucking down. You know what she did? She got in this woman's face, and she, in a deep Philly accent, was like, "I can smell the alcohol in your breath. You're embarrassing yourself."
Are you serious? How did I miss this?
I don't know, but it is my favorite thing to watch on the TikTok, because that,
wow.
Why would you? Kylie Kelce is 6 foot tall, former college athlete.
Yeah.
This girl was like a little munchkin. You're going to get in Kylie's face and be like, "You're not allowed in my town." Who the fuck are you? Kylie's welcome everywhere.
Right. She's already in the town. This is her town.
It's Kylie's town. You're just fucking living.
Yeah. Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
Who gets autographs anymore as an adult?
Thank you.
It's not worth anything. Kylie Kelce's autograph is worth $0.
No.
She is a celebrity by proxy.
Yeah.
I adore her. Do I want to hang out with her? Abso-fucking-lutely. I do. However, do I need her autograph? In no part of the universe is her autograph necessary to the existence of me, like at all. So
she wanted a
to
picture,
get so hot about
autograph? No.
It doesn't make sense. It's so dumb. Like, and also let people live. Like, if they say no, respect people's boundaries. Period. No means no.
Yeah.
No means no.
Speaking of celebrities, The Lion King.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen this. We've seen the 30th anniversary of The Lion King on Broadway at the Hollywood Bowl with
big deal. Yeah.
Huge deal. Big stars. And then
original cast members that came back to perform.
Yep, original cast members, the whole nine. And then Kanye and Kim's daughter as Simba.
Yes, Northwest played Simba.
Yes.
In I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Yes. Now, I am not here to judge a child.
No.
So watch it, think what you will.
Yes. We're not talking shit about kids.
We're not talking shit about kids. My question for you, Becky, since you have children.
I do. I have a child that's the same age as Northwest. I have a child the exact same age.
Yeah. As a mom, what are your limits for your kids before you tell them, "Hey, honey, you're not on Broadway"? Do you have a limit to this? Do you tell some truth? Do you let them live out their dream silently? I don't know what the answer is, because I just have a beautiful baby boy named Randall who's a cat.
Right, of course. We love Randall. So it's interesting that you asked me that, Kelly, because I had my initial reaction when I saw the video was, oh, I didn't realize that North wanted to be a singer, because she's got a very large online presence in which she makes all kinds of TikToks and stuff. She does little dances and she does stuff with her mom, and it's very cute, and it seems very supervised by Kim. So like, I'm no issue there, and I may not allow my child to have an online presence like that, but to each their own, right? She's already a celebrity. If North had been my child and I knew North's abilities, I would probably think she wasn't quite ready for that caliber of a show.
Right.
However, I am not Delulu. So, and many people are. I feel like I am very aware
Yeah.
if my child is ready for a specific opportunity or not.
Yeah.
And that if my child has a dream that he or she would like to achieve, I would require them to put in a considerable amount of work and earn it like everybody else. Now, I also have no status in this
True.
world. There's nobody I can call and be like, hey, I'm going to throw some money at this and you're going to put my kid in this, which I think is what happened in this situation. I think Kim and Kanye were like, threw a bunch of money when they
Mm-hmm.
heard this was happening.
Yep.
And here's my theory, unconfirmed if that is actually what happened, but it's probably likely. And here's why I think so. The full cast was in the actual costumes of The Lion King on Broadway. Beautiful. And if you've seen, I've seen The Lion King 3 times. It is the most visually stunning show I have ever seen. It's just gorgeous. And people are dressed like animals, and the paint, the face paint and makeup, the costumes, they're insanely good. And Northwest was wearing a yellow hoodie,
Yeah.
sweat shorts, and yellow fuzzy slippers.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that's not Kanye West dressing his child,
No.
because that's what he wears.
Yeah.
And that is not what the Simba wears on
Yeah.
the Lion King Broadway show. So that's how I know mommy and daddy pulled some strings to
Yeah.
put their baby in this role when
Mm-hmm.
she was likely not ready.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's unfair the backlash this child is getting because she's
Right.
10.
Yes.
She should not be exposed to people judging her abilities at 10 years old, period.
Yeah. You know, I think a lot of people like to throw shade at kids by how their parents raise them and not give
Yes.
parents enough credit for doing a bad
Screwing
job.
up her kids.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
think about when we were growing up, we're like the millennials,
Ugh.
right? And it's like you guys got trophies for everything. Who gave us the fucking trophies?
Our parents did.
So you're blaming us for shit you did. You made a boo
Correct.
boo, and we'll do
Yeah.
the same, right? But
Our
you made a
boomer
boo boo.
parents gave us our
Yeah,
boomer parents gave us this
take some
stuff. Yeah.
accountability,
Yeah.
Carl. You messed
Yeah,
up. You
Barry.
made a boo boo, boomer. You gave us trophies for just existing. We didn't even want the
I know.
trophies.
I know. Yeah, it's unfortunate that North will have that
Yeah,
on the internet to
that
live
path
forever
ahead
as
of them.
she gets older and maybe wants to establish herself as a serious artist of whatever kind, whatever she chooses to do with
Yeah,
her life. And it's unfortunate that her parents put her in a situation she probably was not ready for.
yeah,
And I can't imagine the Broadway cast that performed with her having to perform with somebody who was blocking people on stage. She was not in the right spot.
that they had
You
to
know,
push
she
around to the right
they
spot.
had to push her and move her to from spot to spot. It was very obvious she was not ready for that.
Yeah,
And I just think that's unfortunate to the people who have dedicated their life to becoming Broadway stars
yeah,
and the work that takes and the commitment, because it's like every night of the week, every day for years. Like,
yeah,
they don't like take a day off. Like, I mean, maybe they don't perform one night, but they still go, I think. So like,
yeah,
I just think it's really unfortunate that North was put in that situation by her parents who wanted her to have this opportunity, but really probably just set her up for embarrassment.
yeah. So bad job on the parents. Parents did all.
Boy, it was bad. It was bad.
We're not making fun of North. We are calling out Kim and Kanye for
No.
being terrible parents.
Yeah,
We
and if my kid got up on stage and performed and didn't do a great job, I would still be over the moon proud of my child.
right.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you. I bet if we could take a time machine and change that reality, I bet in the future North would probably want that changed, which is
I
something
think so.
called the Mandela Effect. Have you heard of this, Becky?
No. What? Wait. The Mandela effect?
The Mandela Effect, like Nelson Mandela.
I don't know anything, but now I'm curious. Tell me.
Okay. So let me describe to you the Mandela Effect. So this became a thing I think in 2010. It was a
Okay.
phrase coined, and it was when people had different recollections of when Nelson Mandela had died.
Okay.
some people, a big chunk of people, had remembered him dying in the 80s. And there being,
Okay.
yep. So he died in the 80s in jail. And there
Right.
was, like a big to do about it. There was
Mm-hmm.
speeches and a whole thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then he actually died in 2010 or something along those lines. I'm not sure when he actually
Oh,
died.
many years later.
Many years later, he had died. And so
Okay.
people are like, well, all these people, there's a huge chunk of people that have the same memories. And scientists are like, oh, well, that's just a group memory thing. No big deal. But then people
Weird.
started pointing out some other things that are very Mandela Effect. So,
Okay.
like Richard Simmons, how do you see him? You see him in his shorts
Yeah.
and his hair. And
Tank top.
what's he wearing on his head?
A sweatband.
A sweatband, right? Never.
Right. Wait, what?
If you look at pictures now, you can't find Richard Simmons in a sweatband.
I've heard of this,
Tom
Kelly.
Cruise,
I've heard of
risky
this.
business,
Okay, yeah.
underwear, button-up
Yeah.
shirt, sunglasses.
Socks.
Nope, wasn't wearing the sunglasses.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, this is freaky. This is freaky, but I've heard of this.
Yes.
I feel like you're fucking with me right now.
Right? The new one, the new Mandela Effect that just came out.
Okay.
Britney Spears, right?
Yeah. Right.
She's doing the song where she's in the red jumpsuit. Remember, she's in that red tight belt.
Yeah. With the long blonde hair and it's super tight, long sleeved leather jumpsuit, latex or whatever.
The latex suit that she has on, and she's wearing her microphone.
Yeah. Yeah. The mic here.
Nope. Didn't have the mic. Didn't have the mic. But you find her Barbies from that time. The Barbie had the microphone.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So this is a conspiracy theory episode, Becky, if you didn't guess.
Oh, I'm here for it.
So I think what has actually happened is that there are time travelers who've gone back and changed the timelines.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a deep theory.
Yeah. I think time travel is a real thing.
Okay. Quick question. Have you ever seen, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to explain it poorly, but maybe you know what I'm talking about. There's a woman and there are people that do this, that hold those two rods in their hands. Yes. And they ask a question. If you're watching on the YouTube, you'll see me do this. They ask a question to the universe. I'm guessing. I'm not sure who they're asking. Things like, will there be a new president in 2024? And if the rods cross, that means yes. And if they turn outward, it means no. And there's an entire TikTok channel where this woman holds the rods. Now she holds them still. It does not appear that she is moving her hands at all to make these rods either turn in and cross each other or turn out to answer the questions. And she asks all kinds of questions. And one of the questions she asked was, is time linear? And the rod said no. And are people able to travel through time? And the rod said yes.
Yes. Have you heard the Donald Trump time travel one?
No.
Oh, wow. On TikTok, which is the most trusted source of news.
Of course.
There is a book that was written in the 1800s called like Baron Trump's something journey.
I have heard about this.
Yeah.
But explain it. Explain it.
So, as you know, Baron is Donald Trump's son. But the book was written in the 1800s, and it's about this kid Baron, who him and his friend Don go on an adventure, and then they time travel to the future, where Don goes and saves the world.
Yes, and this is often used in people who are QAnon conspiracy theorists.
Yes.
As a basis to why they think Donald Trump is like the chosen one, chosen by God.
Yes. Part of the craziness of the story, why people think that he actually did time travel, right?
Yeah.
Is because his great grandpa was friends with Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla, the great inventor, was meant to be working on time travel. And when he died, his great grandfather or whoever, or great uncle or whatever, inherited his research trunks and returned all of them except for like one.
Wow.
And kept it.
I mean, that seems a little sus, don't you think?
I mean, it seems pretty like on brand too.
But listen, I don't want to believe that's real because I absolutely refuse to believe that Donald Trump is going to save the world.
Well, also, if you were Donald Trump writing a book about yourself, you would, of course, say that you were saving the world.
That's true. Of course you would. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all met him. We know what he's like.
I mean,
interesting. That is so interesting, because when you mentioned that we should talk about conspiracy theories.
Hold on, let me prepare myself for this talk.
Beautiful. She's got her foil hat on, everybody. Tinfoil hat is on, as we don't want anything to penetrate her brain when we talk about some of the most popular conspiracy theories that are out there. And this is my contribution to the podcast, because I don't know this stuff, except I can look up some crazy shit. And there are some wild ass conspiracy theories out there. I
love it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Just read some generic ones you've heard of these. Like the moon landing was fake. That is one of the number one conspiracy theories out there, is that the moon landing was faked by NASA and by the government, protected by the CIA ever since. We've all heard that one. Of course, we've heard the government has killed JFK, JFK being a big part of the QAnon conspiracy theories now, and the Kennedy family. There are lots of theories around the Kennedy family because the Kennedy curse is part of that, et cetera, which we could do a whole episode on.
I will say, with the JFK getting assassinated by the CIA, that lady that does the little beams that go in and out for yes and no.
Yes.
She asked that question and they said, yes, he was. And she goes, yes, thank you.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she always says thank you afterwards. It's really weird. Yes, you should look this up. It's creepy as hell. Interesting. Oh God. Now I'm going to be Googling stuff all night long. I'm going to have the weirdest dreams. Here's another one for you. The Earth has been sucked into a black hole. Yeah, I've never heard that one before, but the Earth apparently ended in 2012. We just haven't realized it yet, just so you're aware, which could be accurate because
QAnon.
Right. This is one of my favorites. I had not heard this one before, but that Disney created Frozen, the movie, as a distraction. So there is a long time conspiracy theory that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen when he died. Although his family refutes this and says absolutely not. But the new theory is that Walt Disney Company created the Frozen movie as a way to hack Google's search algorithm and distract consumers from information about the late Walt Disney's possible frozen procedure. Can you imagine? Here's another one I hadn't heard of before, but the Denver International Airport is the Illuminati's headquarters.
Yeah. I love that one. Have you been to the Denver airport?
Many times. Yeah. It's a beautiful airport. It's really great.
You know what I love about it too? Is they actually fuck with you.
They do. They have embraced this conspiracy and they poke a lot of fun at it, which is pretty great.
I love that.
There's like secret tunnels and lizard lairs underneath the airport that, if you're not familiar with the Illuminati, it's a whole nother subject we could talk about, but that's the conspiracy. The airport really plays along. Their social media is pretty great, whoever's running their social media account. Another one, the Earth is hollow.
Yeah.
Also, the Earth is flat. We've all heard this one before.
Yeah.
The Flat Earth Society, very big about trying to spread the news that the Earth is flat. But although from an airplane you can actually sometimes see the curvature of the Earth, so
yeah. And whatever. I love how they say we have flat earthers all around the world.
All around the flat world. Yeah, geniuses they are. Just really at the top of their class.
I love me a good conspiracy theory.
Do you have one for me?
I have one of my own.
Tell me.
That if I were to believe in conspiracy theories, truly, this is one that I would actually believe.
Okay.
That the DNA tests that we get, the 23andMe's,
yeah,
that they are actually used to make bioweapons against us. Because we don't know where those, what happens to our DNA when they go. And that,
it's interesting you say that because they've caught people for crimes.
Yeah.
Who have done a 23andMe DNA test. Yeah. And I have done a 23andMe DNA test. And it flipped my world right upside down. So that is a story for another day. But it is interesting.
I mean, listen, I don't actually believe it. I mean, but I think it could be plausible. I don't not believe it.
I think it could be used,
but I don't base my personality on it.
No.
But I'm like, yeah. Do you have any conspiracy theories yourself that you're like
that I believe in?
That you believe in?
I'm not sure I really do. I would not call myself a conspiracy theorist. However, I do, going back to the Britney Spears thing, I'm not convinced that Britney Spears is the one running her social media account and that she is even the person that we're seeing on her social media account. Yeah. If you follow her on Instagram, she posts some wild shit. Now, I understand the girl has struggled with her mental health for a very long time, and rightfully so. Her life's a mess. Not by her fault, but just, how life has panned out for her. But I'm not convinced that the videos we're seeing are current. I don't believe that the marriage that she had to that model Sam was real. Like, I think that was kind of made up to kind of keep her relevant in the news. I don't know if we'll ever see the real Britney again. I just think she is out somewhere else living her life, kind of like Tupac, maybe. I
love that. I think we should have our listeners write on our social media any conspiracy theories that they have. It doesn't have to be crazy. Yeah. We don't want to go down and I don't want to get into a vaccine battle. I don't want to get into a political. I want to get any. I want a funny,
keep
weird.
It chill.
Yeah, mine was just a weird, right?
Yeah, is Tupac really dead?
Is he on an island with JFK Jr.?
Right. So crazy theories out there, Kelly. I feel very educated that the Mandela Effect, I'm gonna pay a lot of attention to that now. I'm gonna look up some stuff because you were so right. It really has got my brain going
crazy.
Where's my tinfoil hat? I should have made one too. Damn,
this is a good look for me, isn't it?
I mean, if the hat fits, wear it, girl.
Oh my god, Becky, you know what we should do now? Speaking of weird things happening in the world, should we do the Bumble Beat? Because I got some good ones for you, and I got a story.
It's time. Let's do it.
It's time for the Bumble Beat. It's time for the Bumble Beat. It's time for the Bumble Beat. Beat, beat, beat,
Ooh,
beat, 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 beat.
Did you change the song on us? Did you change the song?
That's right. I have full license.
I was ready for. That's what I was ready for.
It's time for the Bumble Beat. It's time for the Bumble Beat.
We should make a real song for that.
All right, Becky. As you know, we have 3 suitors. 3 suitors for you. Now, today's game is, what is their conspiracy theory?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Notepad ready to go. I like to write stuff down.
All right. So, suitor number 1, his name's Mike. He's 38. His therapist would say he is open-minded. And he's hoping you're open-minded too. Mike also likes to be tickled.
The fuck?
He's looking for a tickle friend.
He put that in his bio.
Well, I found that out by messaging him, and after me going, "What are you doing this weekend?" He goes, "Don't judge me, but I'm getting tickle tortured." And I was like, "I'm not going to judge you, but I'm sure as shit going to talk about you on my podcast."
So he just came out and told you that?
Yep. Not even a, "Hey, what's going on? How's your weekend?" Nothing. What's your favorite color? Nothing.
Straight to it. Straight to the tickle torture.
To the tickle torture.
Wow.
If anybody wants to know what dating sites are like, welcome.
Gross.
2 exchanges. Tickle Me Michael is what we're going to call him.
Tickle Me Michael. Got it. Suitor number 1.
All right. Suitor number 2. His name's Carl. He's 42. He's married very happily and has no plans to change that. But they've been wanting to talk to a female to join them for some fun in the bedroom and out of the bedroom.
Okay. Oh, in and out of the bedroom.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Looking for a third.
That's right. And suitor number 3, Ryan. He is 45. And he likes horror, country, dogs and cats, and Slipknot. The band.
Well, Slipknot is from Iowa, so we like that.
I know. I've been to a Slipknot concert. It was crazy.
I bet it was.
But it's good.
All right. Horror, country, dogs and cats, and Slipknot.
Yes. I said horror just for anybody who doesn't.
Oh, not horrors.
But he's probably into horrors too.
He might be. Yeah, he might be. Okay. All
right, Becky. So you got your 3 suitors. Name their conspiracy theory. Let's start with Tickle Me Michael.
You're going to go for the big guns right off the bat. Tickle Me Michael. What in the hell is his conspiracy theory? You said he was open-minded.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with a really simple, that Bigfoot is alive.
Okay.
I just think like
Sasquatch.
A little Sasquatch. Yeah. He's convinced he can find Bigfoot. I just feel like somebody that's into Bigfoot might also enjoy being tickled a bit. I don't know. Little Elmo, tickle me Elmo, tickle me Mike.
I just pictured him being like, I just want a Sasquatch to tickle me. Tie me down, Bigfoot, and tickle me.
What if he looks like a Sasquatch? What if he's like a big hairy man?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with simple Bigfoot is alive for Tickle Me Mike. Okay.
Tickle me, Bigfoot.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my
him
God.
saying that to you? Okay, yeah. So our suitor number 2, Carl, who was happily married, and him and his wife are looking to add a third. From all these documentaries and true crime documentaries I watch, it always seems like the most religious ones are the most sexually freaky. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just straight up say that they believe that Donald Trump, Mandela Effect, has time traveled, is here to save the world. QAnon, straight up hardcore conspiracy theorist. I think that they want you to go to bed with them, have a good time, get up, and maybe hit up a rally in the morning.
Make him a sandwich first and hit up a rally.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, clean up.
He also looks like a Sasquatch, so I might introduce him to Michael.
They could be great friends. Maybe that's the third they're looking for. Sounds good for Carl's wife.
Carl also identifies as a Christian conservative, just so you know.
Well, I fucking call that. Wow, my radar was on with that one. Okay, and interesting. So Ryan, our suitor number 3, our 45-year-old Ryan, who likes horror, country, Slipknot, dogs, and cats. I just feel like there's something there that maybe a simple mind, a little simple country guy. I love dogs. I love cats. I love horror movies where people are getting their heads chopped off. And also there's lizard people living underneath the Denver International Airport for sure.
For sure. Lizard people that attend concerts. That's why they wear the mask.
Right.
Lizards.
Bingo.
Good. New conspiracy.
Perfect. Or like, he's the guy. You know what? No, Kelly, I got it. You don't know who he is. Get your tin hat on for this one. Okay. I got it. It's a brand new conspiracy. He's the guy that posts videos of skinwalkers on the internet. Do you know what a skinwalker is?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't know what a skinwalker is, people have quote unquote video from their like security cameras, cell phones, whatever, of a skinwalker. Typically they are like in the Appalachian area or somewhere in the mountains or, you know, places where weird things happen.
Yeah.
They see an animal or a person that is of an unusual size, walking really fast, walking really slow, really long legs, super long neck, like something bizarre and weird, you know, and like I've seen the videos and they are so fucking scary.
So
and
scary.
This guy, he is 100% a believer. He is probably posting them. He's probably seen them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The Rod Lady also. Skinwalkers are real.
Stop it.
According to the Rod Lady.
I don't want to know that. That scares the hell out of me. No, I want to go. No.
Nope. Absolutely not.
I want to die not believing any of that shit is real. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Blissfully unaware.
With my tinfoil.
Blissfully unaware. Aliens don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Come at me with your space lasers. Got my hat. I'm ready to go. I literally
put your tinfoil hat on, people.
That's the name of this episode. Was like,
get your tinfoil hat ready. Did you have conspiracies for these fellas already?
Well, you know, now that you mentioned for Tickle Me Michael, listen, this man, can we just talk about this man for a minute?
Yeah, right? Please. Tell me about the conversation you two were having.
So he seemed normal. Yeah. And I was like, hey, do you have anything fun planned for this summer?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I have something, but don't judge me. And I said, well, I'm not really a judgy person, but I've seen a lot of Dateline. So I'd like to hear the evidence first.
Yes, please.
And then he's like, I am going to get tickled. And I was like, had to read it a couple times. I was like, this is a real thing.
Like, say what now?
This was 3 exchanges. This was literally the order, boom, that I went into. And he just went right in there and was like, I am paying to get tickled. And I was like,
he's paying someone.
Then he was like, I think you would be a great addition. And I was like, then I just go, interesting. Because I'm like, now I want to see where this fucking conversation is going.
Yeah. And also, what would make you think after 3 text messages that I am the girl for you?
Probably because I commented.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more. What else did he say?
So he really likes, that's his thing. It's just clean fun.
Okay.
He just likes to get
I guess it is.
And tickled.
Oh, tied up and tickled. I need to ask a question that you may not have the answer to. But in this tickle scenario, is there an exchange of sexual services happening? Or is it just straight up tickling?
Straight up tickling.
Or does he get off from the tickling?
He gets off from the tickling.
He gets off from it. Okay. On his own, or
he didn't give me the details.
Is she tickling his ding dong?
I know. He wants to laugh till he pees himself.
Oh,
that's his kink.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was not drunk to handle this exchange, you know. So sober Kelly is not willing to go as deep in the conversation as drunk Kelly is, because drunk Kelly likes a good time.
But sure. I mean, I would have asked a lot of questions. So let's just be straight up. This guy probably gets rejected a lot because this is a little out there. It doesn't sound super harmful. So maybe he just doesn't feel like wasting anybody's time. Like, listen, I got a kink. This is what it is. How do you feel about it? If you're not into it, cool. I'm going to get tickled tomorrow. So nice to meet you. Enjoy your life. I mean, there is some credit to be given there because there's nothing I want to do. I don't want to fall in love with a man and then find out that he needs me to jack him off with my high arches. Like, I don't want to know that. I don't want to do it. I better know that up front because I'm still not going to do it. But I mean, probably not, at least. I don't know. Don't tell me about that 6 months into our relationship, okay? Like, I need to know up front. So kudos to this guy for being honest.
Yeah, true. He's like, Becky, I want to marry you. However, I need you.
I married you for your arches. Joke's on him. I have flat feet.
He's like, listen, I have this toothbrush kink. I have a toothbrush kink. I need you to shove this in my ass and brush it.
No. Kelly, is that a thing?
Probably. If it is, it is now.
The world is trash. How do you figure out you like that? How? Is it an accident?
Every time I go on Bumble to find our suitors, I realize what a mistake I made.
Oh God.
By hoeing in my 20s and not just finding a nice little golden retriever to settle my ass down with.
It's a scary world out there. It's a scary, scary world. Wow. Okay. Well, I feel enlightened and I learned some things. So, boy, should we, Kelly, wrap this up before it takes a left turn into God knows where?
Let's wrap it up, Beck.
Let's wrap it up. Put your tinfoil hat on, kids. Thanks for listening to Lewd Mood Podcast. I'm Becky.
And I'm Tickle Me Kelly.
Bye. Lewd Mood Podcast is produced by Kelly Lally and Becky Pospisil.
Music by Paul Size of Red Beat Entertainment.
Listen to our podcast anytime on Spotify Podcasts.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lewd Mood